The comfort zone, and what is important to understand about it, is that it's not what is comfortable. It is simply what you are used to. For some people, getting a lot of abundance, having a lot of amazing things happening in their lives, means that you are going to have to be faced with all of the lower emotions and fears and limiting beliefs that you have about yourself that previously held you back from going there and receiving that in the first place. A comfort zone can be being heavily addicted to drugs or alcohol or porn, or being a person that beats yourself down relentlessly, or have the worst self-critical mind. That could be your comfort zone, because it has nothing to do with what's comfortable and everything to do with what you are used to. There's a reason that a person that is in a abusive relationship keeps coming back again and again, and it's not because it's good for them. It's only because that reality where they are in the abusive relationship always served as a distraction from the fact that you have perhaps a low sense of self-love, a low sense of self-worth, and you don't want to be in the presence of those emotions of fear and inadequacy and guilt and shame and so on. You only get a very shitty experience in life, or an experience of life that is less than what you would want it to be if you accept that experience. And we only accept the experience because even though it is detrimental to our health and our well-being, and we keep coming back and get our asses kicked over and over, it always serves as some matrix that we're attaching ourselves to as to be disconnected from the true depth of who we are. The comfort zone is very hard to understand in that way, because you think that it's a place where you are feeling okay and that it's a good place for you on some level. And I guess that in a sense it is good for you because at one point in your life, perhaps in a family dynamic or within society or whatever it was, it made sense to keep these emotions down, perhaps because, let's say you had a mother or a father that didn't allow you to be in a certain emotional state because they reacted strongly to you, and that can make you feel unloved and unwanted and create friction within the dynamic. And so of course you bury that and you create perhaps a personality instead where you are something completely different from your authentic self, and you create a little comfort zone in this area as to never be met with these emotions that you don't allow yourself to feel on a deep level. Once you start imagining that your life can be better, and you ask for it, and you go after it, then you are going to be met with all of the heavy things that previously made it so that you never did those things. We get stuck in the comfort zone because it is uncomfortable to go outside of the realms of what we are used to. It's even uncomfortable to experience a lot of love and abundance. Because as you are met with, let's say, a lot of joy and just abundance in general, you are going to be faced with all of those lower things within yourself that made it so that you never went for those things or never allowed those things to come into your life before. In order to get more in our lives, we must first go through all of that shit that made it so that we didn't get it in the first place. And that is of course scary. You have to be brave and have courage to truly meet your emotions and this energy that you're always operating from, and to heal yourself from a lot of the baggage that we're carrying from our past. So what does it mean to step outside of the comfort zone? It means, in my view, to stop in... it can look a little bit different. Sometimes going out of the comfort zone means that you take action on something that previously maybe you held yourself back from. But in many cases, going outside of the comfort zone is to stop attaching yourself to the things that you're always attached to. So it could be anything. It could be, let's say that you're in a dynamic within your relationship where you don't speak up for yourself, or where you allow the other partner to walk over you, then maybe you should stop speaking up. And also realize that in the moment of speaking up, those emotions are going to come up, to feel like you don't deserve to speak up, and that you're going to have to start processing and being with them. You know, if you're a people pleaser, then maybe you engage with another person, and then you don't go out of your way anymore to make them feel comfortable. And you might notice that other people are going to have a totally different reaction to you, and you're going to be outside of your comfort zone. Because your comfort zone is where you are continuously influencing your personality in some way, or what you're doing, as to not be met with the emotions that caused you to be this person in the first place, right? We are running from our deeper self through all of our negative habits and our personality traits that we have. Stop engaging in your negative habits, in your personality traits that you know are not good for you. And start inviting more presence into your life. Become the observer of what is happening. Allow it to be there, even your emotions. Allow those to be there and don't attach to them, because when you attach to them, you feel like you have to do something about them. That's where the conditioning comes in, where our programming comes in. It comes from a belief that we have to do something about our emotions, that we're not allowed to have them in some way because they are making another person uncomfortable, or because it made our parents react to us in a certain way. Perhaps they were always screaming at you, or they didn't listen to you, or whatever it was. We all have experiences where we started this programming of turning ourselves into something that we're not, where we turn ourselves into a shy person, into an insecure person, into a person with no confidence, or whatever it is. All of those things are very unnatural. And we continue to experience them because we continue to grab onto our comfort zone of how we always did things. I have, as always, I have my 30-minute free subconscious success course where I talk a lot about how to get into the process of allowing yourself to feel your emotions and becoming a conscious person that can start living that life that we always dreamed of. And it's uncomfortable for me, as I mentioned in my previous video, just to come back here day in and day out and like do this stuff. And I know it's not easy to go outside of the comfort zone, but it's worth it because it takes you towards your fulfillment and you feel so good about yourself. And those moments of being outside of your comfort zone when you feel so tense and stressed, and those emotions are coming up that you try to run from, it doesn't last that long. It will pause within sometimes minutes, sometimes hours. In my experience, no more than a couple of days. And the easiest way to just deal with it is to allow it by seeing yourself as not being it, but being the conscious observer of it. You don't have to do anything about it. Just allow it to be, and it's going in the process of being fully within your present and acting itself out within you, transmute itself and heal itself. It's going to move away from your body. We don't naturally store our emotions, negative ones, within the body. We only do it when we don't allow ourselves to feel them. So if you allow yourself to feel them, they're gonna go away. You're gonna raise your vibration. You're gonna be able to attract and create this sort of abundance in your life, both in relationships, in your job, in your money, everything, as you first become a person that can attract it by first believing deeply that you deserve it and that you can have it, that you're meant for it. Because you'll realize that the world is only a reflection of your beliefs, and your beliefs are created because of these very heavy emotions that exist within us. That is the reason for us creating our comfort zone, so that we never are in the presence of them. Yeah, I'll leave a link to the Subconscious Success course down below. And I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for being here, and bye.